infrastructure today, Tuesday, February the 27th, 2018. And there will be other local, state, and federal officials who will be taking part as well. So they talk about the topics that will be discussed to include and prepare for a resilient city. It's all about resiliency, fire safety, utility infrastructure, and strengthening and improving our community warning programs. So I want to go over some of the things that I heard in this meeting. It's very diabolical. All the perpetrators of this event are here. They're building up from a planned disaster by the use of directed energy weapons, which you can hear that interview in full by Googling the plan to burn up Northern California. And of course,
this is on your site, stopthecrime.net.
Yes, and I am, of course, Deborah Taveras, and I do run the website, stopthecrime.net, where you can find that plan to burn up Northern California as well. But the agenda here today by the perpetrators here in Northern California was to, again, discuss the community warning program, preparing for a more resilient county. Now, for many of you, I've reported on resilient cities. I would recommend that you go to the YouTube Kill Cities by Rothschild and Rockefeller to understand what resilient planning is all about in your town. This is happening here in Sonoma County, but it's an extension of UN Agenda 21. Extension of UN Agenda 21 on all the policies in your cities to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And they're talking about fire safety, utility infrastructure, impact on fire infrastructure, and a discussion. Now, I was able to speak for 2.5 minutes in the first session today, and I told them their first early warning sign was from the emails that Pacific Gas and Electric and PG&E sent 3 years ago, and that it had been out on the internet, and they didn't attend to this. There was no attention paid to this. It was too outlandish to have PG&E and Pacific Gas and Electric talk about the use of satellite lasers on Northern California. Specifically, they said Sebastopol, which is, of course, in Northern California. But there is a second plan on that discussion, the plan to burn up Northern California too, and I advise them that that has not yet happened, but it will. So I would urge everybody to listen to the entire 2-hour presentation. It covers 2 radio shows on the Jeff Rense Radio Network, of which I was affiliated with at the time. But today's meeting is diabolical. This is really like a deadly computer game going live. What do I mean by that? Well, they're talking about deploying cameras throughout this area. They say that it will take about 30 cameras, 20 to 30 cameras. They will have a 150-mile range. They will have infrared so that you can observe in real time, 24 hours around the clock. And they say that it will be a hardened network, and it will be tied up and connected to Amazon in the cloud. And these cameras will be less expensive for Sonoma County, Napa, and Lake counties to deploy, which they said they need them because of fires and earthquakes.
These are going to be up in the air?
These are going to be, they say that
30 cameras that'll go 250 miles?
150 miles.
150-mile range to do what? Why are they?
Yeah, to have be an early warning visual in real time on fires and or earthquakes, whatever type of destructive, weaponized weather assault any of us get. These cameras will show them in real time. They say that the first responders will know in real time where to go. And they were talking about how the doom of the weaponized weather assaults on all of us.
Which can also be used as to see something, say something,
Absolutely.
turn around on us and spying on each other.
Yeah, in fact, that is exactly what they're saying, Jamie. They're saying that this has got to go from top down into our neighborhoods. And that in Oakland, they conscripted about 20,000 people to report from the ground after all of the major events that Oakland went through. There has been FEMA here this morning. There has been, in the next session, which is going to start here shortly, is going to be all about making Sonoma County resilient. So again, I asked all of you to type in 100 resilient cities, and you'll find out who's behind that. It's Rockefeller. You will understand that this is for climate refugees. This is what they are doing globally now and in the United States. They're creating climate refugees to herd us in to available housing. They're creating climate refugees to herd us in to available housing after they have literally destroyed the housing that is available to us. And as we pointed out as we started this program, already showing why some homes will not be able to be rebuilt because of the unearthing of relics, ancient artifacts. This is going to expand. We're going to cover this locally. We're boots on the ground. We're coming live right now again today is a very monumental day here in Sonoma County. We will be posting this entire meeting on stopthecrime.net so that you can watch it in segments. It is something extremely important. I realize that it is a long post, but there are segments in it that all of you need to take the time to watch and listen, because this is headed to you. And this is as a result of a weaponized weather assault. And that is now the new norm, increased weaponized weather assaults. We have been told that fire season in California will no longer be just a fire season as it had been in the past. California will no longer be just a fire season as it had been in the past. It will be all year long. And we know certainly with the plan to burn up Northern California, how they're doing that with killing the trees, with all the toxins from the chemtrailing, the drought that they keep us perpetually in, and we're in a drought again right now.
Greatest drought in the history of California. Last year was the greatest rains and snow, followed previously by the greatest droughts. And this last summer was record temperatures, and then we got torched out. So we're under attack here. Deborah, PG&E is Pacific Gas and Electric, our local electrical power supply. Can you speak and talk to me what you talked about last night with me about the documentation on our homeowners' bills with PG&E about the EMF frequencies?
Yes, actually, I will be putting that up on stopthecrime.net, but the bill inserts in our monthly billing with Pacific Gas and Electric and also Southern California Edison. Any of you listening right now can just type in and look at your bill inserts online about the explanation of EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. They describe electromagnetic frequencies as something that is common to our use of electricity and appliances, etc. They are saying that the health deficits of electromagnetic frequencies is inconclusive by international, national, and California standards. While they say there's no known health effects or problems from the electromagnetic frequencies, they then negate what they say by saying, but it is inconclusive, and consensus requires that they continue to review the subject. So what is happening in our bills is the admission from our electric companies and gas companies that they are saying that it in fact does cause health damage. So,
and they're not sure as to what effect it's caused by or how much it's causing, so they must put the disclaimer in the documentation we get mailed every month, correct?
And they do. And what they say is that if we're concerned about the amount of frequencies that we're receiving, if we have sensitivity, many people are EMF electric sensitives, they say that you can reduce your own frequencies in your homes by turning off your appliances, not using an electric razor, not using a hair blower, not using your flat screen television set, your cell phone, etc.
Turning off your Wi-Fi, moving it away from your head, I think.
Yes, moving it away from your head. In other words, they're making it our responsibility to reduce the increased frequencies that they're killing us with.
And they've warned us, so legally, like all the rest of the drug companies with all these syndromes, they say they've warned us, so it's caveat emptor, it's our responsibility to take charge of our own lives and what's happening to us.
That's absolutely correct. So we will have this up on stopthecrime.net. It will be at the top of the homepage so that those of you who have not received this in your billing, you can see what they're saying to us in our bills. It's diabolical. This is